Hey y'all, so I'm just coming here with a quick full moon update message. Um I just want to come in here and kind of share a little bit about things dealing with the full moon and everything with the energy of it. And it's gonna be a brief little message and stuff like that because it's a little late and I figure it lay down. But so I just want to come give y'all a couple of tips of what to do, what probably not to do, on the full moon. So the first thing I'll probably start with is releasing. So think about if there's things that you're ready to release, whether it be emotions, old mindsets, old things that really don't serve you or don't really add to or aid what you're trying to do with your life or how you trying to live your life. So I would definitely say write on a piece of paper everything that you kind of want to let go or you want to release. And under the full moon, either you could burn it or after you write it, rip it up, or but just have that moment of where that you're pure, you truly releasing it. So even if it's just you writing it on there, it's like a form of releasing it. Like I said, rip it up or burn it. I usually burn it under the full moon because that kind of helps. That's just that's my personal preference, but everybody might not feel the same way about that. So, so that's one thing that I do. Another thing I do is I do a lot of self-reflection, clearing, so shadow work to clear out any negativity or anything that I feel is holding me back or not really, like I said, aiding me. So I really do a lot of self-reflection, even if it's not something to do with people, even if it's myself. And I realize there's things that I'm still holding on to subconsciously. I'll try to do a lot of self-reflection and clearing. And another thing I'll do is I'll do a spiritual bath. Now I don't do it every full moon, but the only reason why I'm doing this full moon is because I haven't did it usually it's usually the first of the month or around the new moon time. I always do one, but I haven't did it I haven't did it yet. So this full moon I'm gonna end up doing it this full moon. So I just feel it'd be good also with that releasing and me going through my self-reflection, doing my clearing of my shadow. I feel that'll really be a good thing. One thing I'll probably say, one or two things I'll probably say is don't get caught up in having sex around the full moon because this doesn't probably apply for everybody, but it's a real thing. But there's really people that like to take advantage of the moon cycles and they like to do magic and basically they'll try to do magic on people or they'll try to do sex magic or love spells because the energy of the moon on a full moon is very strong. So that's when people try to utilize that energy from the moon and they try to project or put spells and stuff or do magic on people. So that's why I always try to tell people protect your sexual energy around the full moon. Don't really try to get too involved or caught up in because the energy is going to be high. So your sexual energy is going to be oh, I want to do it, I want to do it. But you got to learn how to have that control with yourself and say, you know what, yeah, I want to do it, but I don't need it. Especially if you feel something inside of you, just imagine if something pop up and it's a little sexual event, a link or whatever it is, whatever y'all call it for yourself, because some people might not say link, some people say appointment, some people might say whatever fit you. So if you get that feeling inside of you and it kind of feel nah, don't do it. Or if you get some type of something that your intuition telling you nah, you don't need it. Or if you just get that intuitive feeling inside of yourself. Because we all have intuition. We all feel it. It's about paying attention to it and not ignoring it. Because a lot of times we ignore that intuition because we'll be it'll be the right thought coming to our mind. And then we'll be nah, fuck that, and you'll still do it, But that's because you're ignoring it. You're not you're not second guessing. Damn, well, why did I say, nah, why did, So get really in tune it's so I don't want to get too off track, but protect your sexual energy. Use discernment, use your intuition. If you feel like it's off, if you feel like it ain't, if you feel guided not to have sex, then just hold that and wait. Learn to start building that control for yourself so it's not always like the sensation pops up and I have to do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, just protect your sexual energy. So don't really try to have sex. And another thing, don't get too caught up in a lot of toxic things, because the energy can be high. So if you ever realize around the full moon, you always see people it's always there's always a lot of negative things going on. You think about, you see where it's accidents, murders, fights, because the energy is so high, and that really can create a lot of chaos. So it's definitely to protect yourself and keep grounded in your energy. And when you ground yourself in your energy, it's nothing can really come and disturb you, or nothing can really uproot you or have you in your head or have you all over the place, because you're grounded within yourself to know that I'm good, I'm protected, I'm safe. If you think about root is survival. So a lot of people, they've always had to, rely off of that survival. So for them, it's some shit pop up. So let's say if somebody brings some toxicity to you, or they try to bring some negative energy, or they try to start a fight with you, or they try to start beef or drama, it'll be more heightened, and you'll be so quick to want to respond back, because the emotional side, the energy's high. Regardless if you're sad, mad, angry, happy, the energy is going to be high. So you're going to retaliate, and it's going to cause an effect. Everybody knows that, every action has a reaction. So, you never know what will happen. So it's always good to not try to get swept up in the negativity or swept up in the drama, because it could really go bad. It could really go very, very bad. So, those are just some of my do's or don'ts. Personally, me, I ain't gonna lie, my emotions have been a little high with this full moon, because it's usually for me around the full moons, I do focus on a lot of releasing, because I realize during that time coming up to the full moon, I always usually feel within me what's what I'm ready to let go of, or what I'm ready to kind of stop doing, because then I'll really see the truth of how it makes me feel. And after then, that's why I really had that space for myself where I really see wow, that really made me feel that way, or wow, that really affected me this, that, so that I know for myself, even if I'm not still in that place of being upset or feeling those emotions, I know, because I experienced it. So now I know in myself what I'm ready to let go of, or I'm ready in myself to know okay, this isn't really positive, this is toxic, or this is not really making me feel better, this is making me feel worse. So then you start going through that, and that's kind of how you do that clearing and that releasing. And so whatever it is, I just write it down, because that's ultimately what I want to let go of, so that I can become lighter, and I can start focusing on things that are actually more positive, and not be so stuck in those negative emotions, or really low vibrational emotions, honestly. Because when you get trapped up in the low vibrational emotions, it can really affect you. And when you're around a lot of low vibrational people, you can become low vibrational too. That's the energy you have. So you won't be making those right decisions, or you won't be in that high state of mind. You're in a low vibrational state of mind, so where you're not even really thinking about what you're doing or how you're acting. You're just doing, because that vibration is strong. Just the same way a high vibration is strong, the low vibration is strong as well too. And you'll feel it, because that lower vibration, if it's low enough, a low vibration can really make you sick. It can really affect you. And a lot of people don't know that, because they don't study, or they're not aware. But that's But that's why I'm here to tell you guys that, so that I can allow you guys to become aware. Because if I don't say anything, like everything I've said up to this point, if nobody else is on here, Instagram, YouTube, wherever I post this, if nobody is on there talking about it and really being vulnerable enough to express like not only their side but past experience, like if we can't be like that, then who are we really helping? So I'm really just wanting to bring awareness, a lot about the full moon energies. And so, this is just a couple of my do's and don'ts. So yeah, I just wanted to come and share it with you guys. So I hope y'all have a really good full moon. I hope y'all like release what y'all need to release so y'all can start focusing on the things that y'all really see are valuable, or the things that you guys really see are positive, or, that keep you in that space of happiness, or keep you in that space of contentment and feeling like whole with yourself. Like, keep focusing on those things. If you got goals, even if you have to relook at your goals, like let's say if you set goals for something, but then you're like, but are those really the goals I want? Like, release the ones that you don't feel is really what you want. Because a lot of things will say, oh, I want this, I want that, I want that, I want that. But that's the material mind thinking. But it's like, if it wasn't something material, or if it wasn't something like monetary or physical, what would you really want for yourself? So then that's where you start thinking like, well, damn, I would want these type of vibes, or I would want to experience this, or, and you start really thinking more about what you really want for yourself. And not necessarily like I said, not material. Because you think about a lot of people that get caught up in the material, like, I want this, I want that. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I want a lot of good things too. Because like really my whole life, I never really was ever focused on material things. So that's why I feel like at this point in my life, it's like I want to experience it, but I don't want to get caught up in it, because I've seen how material things the material world is of the devil. So it's like when you get caught up in that, you get stuck to feeling like, oh, I have to have this, I have to have that, I got to be like this, or I have to be like that. And you're starting living for the world, the devil. And I'm not saying that to scare anybody or make anybody feel like, oh, well, I need to change my life now because I'm living for the devil. But it's like, no, but it's just bringing awareness to you knowing that the material things that you focus on, or the material things that you heavily praise, it's like it's going to keep you stuck in the 3D world, which is the physical, which is what we're in now, what we see each other on, the same way you're looking at me right now, same way you see me. So, but it's all in what we're thinking and in our voice. Like, I was just watching this YouTube video, and the lady was saying, like, how she was saying, like, she got a message from God that, like, what we want to create is literally in our voice. And so when you think about how you speak to yourself and you speak about yourself, like, don't speak negative things. Don't speak insecurities. Don't speak that lack. Speak what you want. Speak how you want to be. Speak what you want to come to you. Don't speak what can't. Don't speak negative. Don't speak that. Speak all the good things that you want to come to you. And if you don't know what you want to come to you, then take time with yourself and meditate. And I know a lot of people are like, meditate, that takes time. It's like, but you don't know what that 5 or 10 minutes could do for you out of the whole week. Even if it is just 1 or 2 days, Like, challenge yourself. Push yourself to step outside of that comfort zone and do stuff that you normally wouldn't do. Because once you stay stuck in that same pattern of like doing things and you see it's not working out, it's like you'll keep trying, but then you'll keep going through the same heartbreak, the same disappointments, because you're not realizing like, okay, we tried it that way, we've done it that way before, and it hasn't really pushed it towards anything better. So now it's like, now you're being pushed to step outside of that comfort zone and try to do something else that's going to change your outcome. So then now you're going to start seeing like, wow, if I would have just changed this, or if I would have stopped doing this that way, or if I would have stopped thinking like this, or kept saying this about myself, then I would have been so much further. But now you see, and now you're more aware. So you can make that shift for yourself, because it's in the power of your own tongue. everything we speak. You can speak life or you can speak death. It's all up to you. So it's like, but what do you want for yourself? Like I said, if you don't know what you want for yourself, take that time out to really look at yourself. Look at all the things that you give your time to. And really ask yourself, is this really aiding me? Is this really what I want to do? Or is this what I just feel like I got to do? Or is this what I feel like is what I'm supposed to be doing? And then you'll see, like, that's not really what I want to do. I thought that was what I wanted to do, or I thought that's what I needed to be doing, or that's what I thought I should have been doing. But then you realize, you have that realization with yourself, because a lot of people can't give that realization to you. Now, maybe me speaking this word might help somebody, and they'll be like, wow, I never thought about that. But we need those type of people to help us understand that. And that's why I'm here, because I understand that my voice will speak power to other people that have to help them be able to see through the illusions of what see the world is trying to stop us from seeing. The world don't want you to see light. They want you to see darkness. They want you to see hard times. They want you to see that you can't make it. They want to put these people in high places to make you think you got to be like them. But no, it's about you being your own self and creating your own everything for yourself. So I want to challenge y'all. Start getting more in touch with yourself. Like, start getting more, like, meditative. Start getting more, like, reflective with yourself and looking like, okay, is this good or is this bad? All right, I've been doing this for a while. Is this aiding me or is this not aiding me? Start being like that with yourself. Start reflecting more. Start actually looking at the things in your life that are going to make your life better. So that's the message I wanted to come and give y'all for my full moon update. I hope each and every one of y'all, like, really just, like, feel good. Like, I don't want to say anything else, but I hope y'all just feel good. Like, start stepping in more Mercury retrograde. Start stepping more into positive energy. I could not say it, but yeah, start stepping into more positive energy. Like, even if you got to listen to like meditation music, like, even if you don't want to sit down and meditate, like, even find like meditation like music, or like if there are certain things like like your root chakra, like, that deals with a lot of like letting go of fears, worries. Your crown is like building that connection to like the spiritual realm. Your third eye, it's like your intuition and like the wisdom part of you. So like, for me, honestly, like, meditating on my third eye helps me with what I see in my dreams a lot, because it's my third eye, So whether I'm awake or asleep, it's like I see. So when I'm asleep, though, I see more. And then it's more clear, because I realized, like, in the past, like, when it wasn't clear, like I know, oh damn, I haven't been doing my third eye meditations, or I haven't been focusing on it. And so I know. Throat deals with expression, speaking your truth, the confidence, it's another one, I can't think of it, but expression with the throat chakra. Whether it comes to just speaking or speaking your truth and really standing in what you feel and believe for yourself, because you're able to express it. You don't have that fear of speaking up. You don't have that trauma of, oh, well, let me not say this. Or, like, think about when you're younger and, like, you got shut down a lot of times by your parents, or they're like, hey, don't say that, or shh, like, they always hushed you up, so you never felt like you got to voice what you felt, because it was always suppressed, or you was always overlooked, so you never feel like what you said mattered. But you gotta get to a place where you start healing that throat chakra, start healing that, and really get to a point where you can start being free enough to speak what you want, to say what you want, say how you feel, say the things that you want to create because you believe it. So those are just a couple. I could have went through the whole thing, but like I said, I'm getting a little tired, and I ain't really down because yeah, I've been up all day. So so yeah, y'all, I'm about to go to sleep. But I just want to get on here and get it to y'all quick, full moon update, and go over some of my do's or don'ts. So yeah, it's your boy BZB Dream Visionist. I hope y'all have a good night, and I hope tomorrow it's a Monday. So y'all know Mondays are kind of always like but go into it with the right mindset, and then you're gonna see. It's all about how I think and perceive it. So I'll talk to you guys later on the next message.